Order for your acquire by message by like comment and also subscribe to our channel na Bank of Ghana new office yetimi esimo ho abansem bebre a chese wo hwe sifa cost of the building no na gradually na increase day by day na no na dom kese no our parliament sisi no wanti ni maybe asenti no pese what home san what the immediate past governor out of next na ono so aba na obehwehwe niema mu na obekire parliament niema so during a term of office na ono so ade ntiam abeto na no na Afenyo Markin enso ade sem abeto dwa ono so akasa ade mra kwan so ahye won se Ghana ha ye de mra na ye dwuma nti se opese obi ba as a past governor of the Bank of Ghana ba no better change and as escape me same during the new construction of the head office na say mfa kwanso na ene mrade ya watimi akeke bi akire the speaker of parliament and the majority leaders in NDC because what you want say mra na efaso because NDC funa ya one time family kwanso but no one for kwanso no one for twem sebra na baye say dabi ene Afenyo Markin na chawo so person no pakun pande ya ane mra no eno no moyankuti Afenyo Markin bra what nsem mu parliament house bi
also ene abere owu Afenyo Markin watimu kasa na dom kese no a wo mo ebu mo so mo dom kese no aka wo mo nsa gu mo chi na wo mo hwe wo mo nanim to na wodi ye che ho no ye nkwae abla owu Afenyo Markin wodi ensem no emra no egu ho na wo kire die nti a wo say parliament house efa emra no so ansana owu NX Addison MPP amayoko no etimo amana ababedru efi ho abusua yekweti mra yeba ensem PTV say that yere no ensem ho gu kuno so no the besan e aka ye na tifo ho.
Mr. Speaker, the Deputy Minority Whip has raised an important preliminary issue, and I would want to add my voice to the issue he has raised. First of all, we know how, as a house and through our practice, constitutional bodies are invited to brief us. I am fully aware that in the 8th Parliament, some issues regarding BOG and its head office were raised. I was not at the business committee meeting, but I was fully briefed by the chief whip, and he indicated that the leader of the house indicated that the governor will have to come and brief us on the issue of the costs of the new BOG building. I found it very strange. As a result of that, I reached out to the leader himself to inquire what has really necessitated this. Well, his view was that because the matter came up, he feels that there must be a finality to it. Mr. Speaker, in principle, we must all stand for accountability, and I am for it. I'm not against the request by the leader of government business to bring a finality to a matter that gained national attention. Mr. Speaker, however, the majority leader himself is on record to have always been urging upon us to rely on the rules of procedure, the practice of this house in guiding our deliberations. In fact, on a lighter note, he's had cause to even tell me that there are matters that I should pursue them through press conference. Mr. Speaker, as a parliament, we can file a question to get answers or invite the governor. And this must first happen at plenary. This must first happen at plenary. For a referral to be made, then the proper thing is done. Mr. Speaker, you see, Hansard is taking note of all that we are doing today. We would have to be very careful so that when we set a certain precedence and the same precedence is coming back to us tomorrow, we will not have cause to answer. That said, Mr. Speaker, we know that the governor has just assumed office. We know that there are issues at Bank of Ghana, which issues were part of the hazard of this house. I recall that Mr. President in 2015 SONA had raised issues of poor supervision of Bank of Ghana in our banking sector. The governor today was the deputy governor then. Are we picking and choosing which matters we want the governor to brief us on? Mr. Speaker, with the greatest respect, I'm happy seeing Dr. Siaman himself here. He should not, Mr. Governor, don't make yourself a tool for a political football, because, Mr. Speaker, the role that the governor of the central bank plays is very critical on the economy of this country. I do not want to be doing politics with the office of the governor. Mr. Speaker, the majority must know that the path they want us to go is not good for the economy, it's not good for our country. Mr. Speaker, we cannot start a certain precedent. Mr. Speaker, if the governor's first duty is that from nowhere, business committee is now through the chairman comes to the business committee in his capacity as the leader of government business to say that next week we are programming governor to brief the house. Now, rule of procedure does not matter in this house. The human rights activists, the procedural activists that I know in this house, who today they are in the majority, are telling the country that rules of procedure do not matter. That is what we are hearing from respected lawyers whose names I don't want to mention. I don't want to mention their names. Because you are in government, your law has vanished into thin air. Mr. Speaker, let us, in the interest of the country, stand this matter down. I'm ready to engage. Let's have this matter placed on ice for some minutes. For some minutes, Mr. Speaker, let us at leadership level, without prejudice to his argument he would want to make, to engage and to have discussion on the path. Else, Mr. Speaker, this